Christopher Wray just had a press conference a couple of days ago, announced his resignation. Now, it may seem that, hey, that's obvious. He's going to resign because, after all, there's a new sheriff in town, there's a new regime. But in fact, Christopher Wray, remember, Christopher Wray was actually appointed by Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And he was appointed by Trump on a 10-year term. So he is 7 years into that term. His term is not up. And so it's not, in fact, obvious, at least as a technical matter, that he had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he saw the writing on the wall.
Let me ask you a question. So when he nominated Cash,
right,
he did it before Christopher Wray resigned. How does that work?
I think Trump was telegraphing that I'm going to fire Christopher Wray. In fact, Trump, when he was interviewed by Kristen Welker, she asked him, she said, well, doesn't Christopher Wray have a 10-year term? And how is it that you nominated Cash? And Trump basically said, well, the fact that I nominated Cash is kind of a sign that he's going to be occupying that office and not Christopher Wray.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trump went on. He was actually very, very measured about it. He said, look, this is a guy that raided my home. That's how he put it. And he goes, and second, when I was shot, this is the guy who said, it's not a bullet. It's probably shrapnel, you know? And so I think Trump made it personal in a way, but in a way that people can understand completely. Like, this guy is, he's an apparatchik, and he has been, of the Biden-Harris regime.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Not to mention, who can forget the school board moms that were terrorized by the FBI? I mean,
think about it. Not just the school board moms, but the FACE Act.
The FACE Act.
Mark Houck, who we featured in
January
Police State.
6th, the
January 6th
people
defendants.
that didn't do anything. They went into the Capitol because it was open, and then they came out, did nothing. And they got raided, like in the middle of the night.
Well, this whole business of the FBI raid, particularly, again, if you're going after some guy who's a mafia guy, and you say, all right, there could be, capos all over and, heavily armed guards, so that's why we do this at 6 a.m. in the morning. Well, this rule book doesn't apply if you're talking about some family guy or some grandmother of 65 who was in the Capitol for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The idea that you have a rule book and you have to blindly follow the rule book, I mean, you have to blame the whole senior leadership structure of the FBI